Sure, we'll do a review. I haven't done one in 2 weeks, so I was watched this last night with Lana and Dave and my buddy Brian and some other friends of mine, and we were gonna do a review last night, but I was just like, I don't know, I don't know if I even feel like talking about this movie. Not that it's like the worst thing I've ever seen. If anything, I actually think it's a little bit better than I thought it was gonna be. But Captain America: Brave New World. It's pretty much what you think it's gonna be. It's trying to be a continuation of the Sam and Bucky story from the series. It's got Isaiah in it from the Truth storyline and all that kind of stuff. There's a new Hawkman. There's a new Falcon. It tries to have those socio-political race, gender questions that show raised, and even the comics raised, while also kind of trying to be the Winter Soldier storyline, where it's more of a slow burn, more of a political, type of film, but it doesn't really pull off either. But not in a like this is a preachy or embarrassing kind of movie. It's more of like the movie was like apparently shot and reshot 4 times. You can tell that they didn't want the president to be the main villain of the movie, or the presidential assassination attempt to be the main plot of the movie. So you could tell when it was reworked quite a bit, because Gustavo Fring from Breaking Bad just kind of shows up, disappears, shows up, disappears. You've got the character who's they kind of turned her into a Black Widow, but in the comics she was like this pro-Israeli character, and that caused a lot of backlash. She also looks like she's played by like a child dressed as an adult, like that movie, the Orphan. Almost, it feels like it's like a kid, that's like trying to pass off as an adult, or like the weird little lady at the end of Don't Look Now, the Donald Sutherland movie. Harrison Ford is looks like he was clocking into work. It looks like he was actually trying. Anthony Mackie's good. I feel like he's kind of the one who's undone. He gets the shortest end of the stick in this movie, because he's clearly trying. He just was not given strong enough material in this or in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier series. It's just a lot of like things that just like happen because they have to happen, and it kind of works as a sequel to the Incredible Hulk and the Ed Norton one, and they finally talk about the Celestial that's sticking out of the Indian Ocean. So it's almost a sequel to the Incredible Hulk and the Eternals. We know how much people love the Incredible Hulk and the Eternals. Some of the effects looked undone. The like actual physical fight scenes seemed very sluggish. But again, I didn't go into this with a desire to dislike it. And they really sold it on the Red Hulk fight, which is like the last 5 minutes of the movie, really. The reason why the leader is brought back into it, and how he works with Thunderbolt Ross's story, I think that's fine. I think that should have been the crux of the movie. I think that like the Sidewinder stuff and the Celestials, because they introduced adamantium finally. I think that like a lot of that, the political intrigue, kind of Jason Bourne type of stuff, kind of gets lost in the Marvelness of it all, and then you kind of like, because you could tell when it was shot and reshot a couple times, you just kind of lose the thread a little bit, and it just the green screen looks weak at times, the fight scenes look sluggish at times, but what works does work. It does have some comedy beats in it that I like. It did have a couple action beats in it that I liked. I like Anthony Mackie's Captain America. I don't like the new Falcon at all. He's just kind of annoying. They bring Bucky in for a scene, which is nice. That got a good reaction from the crowd all day today when people were watching it. You could tell that they redid the leader when they reshot it too, because they do those things where they put out like this is what the Funko Pop figure is going to look like, and this is what the toys are going to look like. And it doesn't look anything like that, so clearly they redid the design. And I don't know. I thought he was underserved as well. He's a cool villain in the comics, and they just repeat a lot of the same beats. Like even the way they found the lab that he was in was a little bit too much like what they had done with Winter Soldier as well. So I don't know. I just it's not a bad movie. It's competent. It's got a couple interesting camera moves and stuff, and they I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to talk about these kind of movies anymore because it's like you kind of know what you're getting anymore, and how many more times can I say anymore? And that's why it's harder to talk about them because there really hasn't been anything since, I don't know, Guardians 3 that's made me go like, okay, I really dug that one. Like we were trying to think the other night because I technically don't consider Deadpool and Wolverine like a Marvel movie yet because it was kind of the send off to the Fox stuff. And I reviewed that twice, I think, when that came out over the summer. But like before that, like the Marvels, Ant-Man 3, the fucking Love and Thunder, I absolutely hated. But I don't want to be on this anti-Marvel thing, but it's just like I thought that this one would be a good way to do something a bit more like Winter Soldier, and they tried, but they focused their efforts in the wrong place, and I think that comes a lot from the remaking of the movie a couple times, trying to figure out exactly what the movie should be in the current political, economic, socio climate that we live in. Just the general idea of Sam being Captain America and what that means to a greater world. I think that could be better explored in the movie for people who didn't see the show. I like the stuff with Isaiah. I thought that was a cool idea they could have explored a little bit more in the movie for people who didn't see the show. And there wasn't too many callbacks. They mentioned Ant-Man a couple times, and it does focus a lot more on the Harlem fight between between the Hulk and the Abomination. But yeah, it was better than I expected it to be, but it was also pretty much exactly what I expected it to be, and that's kind of what these movies have become. And I think we need something. You're setting up this kind of multiverse type of thing, and you're going to bring in Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom. I'm pretty excited though about Fantastic Four. I like that Tomorrowland look to everything. I've always said if you're going to make a Fantastic Four movie, I'd love to do it in the 1960s and make like the superhero version of A Hard Day's Night almost. But yeah, and Thunderbolts, it's coming out a little too close to when Suicide Squad came out, and even like Peacemaker and stuff like that. So I don't know. I think that might get lost in the shuffle, but we'll see. So I haven't put out a video in a while. I've been working like a fucking crazy person, and then I've got 3 films in some form of production right now. So that's been kind of and the Eagles won the Super Bowl. My friend and I went to go and watch that, so I posted a little clip and pictures from that. But yeah, so that's kind of what's been going on of late, and figure out if we want to start doing reviews again. But for the most part, it's just been tired and cold, and this is the first movie I've watched in quite a while now. So we'll see what's next. Maybe people keep telling me they want me to do Minecraft. I know nothing about Minecraft, so yeah, that's it. That's my incoherent ramblings about Captain America: Brave New World. It's also like really, really exposition heavy in like a way that I haven't seen in a while, where it's like my buddy Brian and I were talking the other night about the opening scene. It's like, wow, that was literally like 2 acts worth of exposition in 5 minutes, because you've reshot this thing so many times. You have to make it all make sense. And then a lot of the leaders' lines were very Palpatine-esque. Like we're watching it being like, all right, well, sure. All right, guys, that's it. That's my I take my tie off because my neck is killing me. Yeah, so that's it. That's my first review in 2 weeks. I don't know if you want to go see it on the big screen and pay $20 to go see it. This might be a better streaming one, and the end credit scene is at the very end of the movie. There's no mid-credit scene. So that's it. Captain America, Brave New World, See, I shouldn't even have done this one.